All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into this. No editing whatsoever. How to Train Your Dragon. How was the movie? The live action version. Obviously, I don't think anything's gonna hold a candle to the original cartoon. From was it DreamWorks that made it? I mean, that was lightning in a bottle. It truly was. If there was a dog movie that you loved growing up, How to Train Your Dragon was the movie for people who have cats. Speaking of, I just got some new kitties and I'm very excited about that. Maybe they'll make an appearance later. Who knows? But I gotta say, this movie, it's not like the other live action movies that have recently come out. This movie actually has a lot of heart to it. It actually respects the source material. Let me just push up my invisible nerdy glasses. No, this movie is seriously, it's respectful. If there's any one word I can choose for this movie, it's that this movie has a lot of respect for not only the source material, but like the actors before, the characters themselves. I really do think that they nailed it. I was worried a bit with some of the casting decisions, especially Hiccup. I was like, oh, he doesn't sound like Hiccup, but it's not even like an issue with the sounds of how, it's not an issue with how he sounds. It's really, well, the issue was I thought he just didn't embody the character. Well, lo and behold, I watched the movie, and he's quite literally like he's honestly kind of better than the original Hiccup. I mean, they both kind of have their own issues, yet they're despite them being the same character. But I still really have to applaud Hiccup. In terms of Astrid's character, she was very one note, much like her, again, the source material, the original movie. Her character in the first movie was nothing special. The side characters actually kind of stand out more to me than her. She's just the gritty, punchy girl, and that's really all she is in this movie. And I can say, I think like the chemistry between the two, it's about the same. I couldn't really feel a lot from like, the original movie. But hey, who knows? Maybe that's going to happen in the second or third act if they end up making that. Which, I mean, after watching this movie, I really do think that like, you can't go wrong with making a second or third live action version of this movie, because this movie proves that it can do that. There was one, I guess, flaw. Maybe it was a personal thing of mine. My screen was dark, like Game of Thrones season 8, Battle in the North, dark. I really couldn't see a lot. So if anyone else, had that issue during like the nighttime scenes, let me know, because I'm really curious to know about that. But aside from that, this movie was visually stunning. The designs were amazing. And that's, again, thanks to the original source material. All the dragons are literally copied and pasted into this movie with some different animation styles, some different animation techniques. So they kind of feel more, I guess you can say, alive, live action. Whatever. They're cartoons at the end of the day. They're literally just making it a half cartoon, half movie. This is literally just Roger Rabbit, or oh my gosh, what is that movie? Space Jam. It's literally just Space Jam is what these live action movies all technically are, including this one. However, this one again does, because it respects the source material, it really does kind of capture the magic of the original. There's that scene. I mean, we can jump into spoilers, I guess. If you haven't seen if you've seen the original, you've seen this movie. It's just that it's human, real characters. So like in the scene where Hiccup is falling off of Toothless for the first time, or I guess the only time, the music just kind of cuts. It's gone. And it's just, you hear the whistling of the wind. It's quiet. You can feel the dread of them both falling, and it's like, oh well, maybe Toothless can go and go help him up a little bit, because he's a dragon, he can fly, and then you're like, oh wait a second, he can't fly without Hiccup, manning the wheel, so they're both in peril. And so I mean, like, yeah, the save at the end was kind of like Disneyfied for sure, or not Disneyfied, I guess cartoonified, because it's not Disney, it's DreamWorks. I am so confused on like which studios work together. I thought Disney worked on some movies with DreamWorks and Pixar. I could be wrong. I don't know if they're ever associated with this, but just going back to the movie, it really is just it respects so much source material. I love the music, that main song. You all know what I'm talking about. It's like this adventurous, epic song that plays, this orchestra of music. There was this father, or maybe, I don't know, a brother, an older brother, to this kid sitting beside me, and he was like doing like a little orchestra thing, and I'm like, do you usually, what's the name of that? The person who, the director guy with the two sticks. I'm like, does he usually do that? Is it that good? Like, like, I don't know the technical details. I mean, it sounds pretty amazing, but yeah, I mean, again, just the way they use audio in this movie is really nice. There was only one small hiccup, hiccup, and that was like one scene at the end where they're battling the big dragon, and you can hear Astrid like in your ear, but like on the screen, she's like 10 miles away. Didn't feel right. But that was such a small thing. I was just like, whoa, okay. You know, that's the first time that happened. And like throughout the whole movie, that being the only time. Cool. Great. Speaking of going back to my comment on this being like the movie for like someone who's more of a cat person, I've seen a lot of people reference Toothless as a dog, and he definitely has his dog-like moments, but I think throughout the movie, he's more of a cat. Just the way he moves, the way he interacts with his environment, it's more catty, I would say. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's a dragon, so he's more of a dragon. But gotta say, after adopting these two kittens, I'll go ahead and maybe grab them real quick and bring one of them over, unless if they freak out. They do that. It just, yeah, this movie, it just really reminded me of those two back there. And I just wanted to run home and play with them. I still do. I came home, I played with them, and I sat down to record this video, and I'm like, I want to go play with them. They're kittens. I want to bond with them in every instance, but at the same time, I need to let them be free. I need to let them roam around and enjoy the environment. And this movie just really connected me with like my real life feelings, my emotions, and the original did that, and this movie did that too. So just lots of kudos to the movie for making me feel that way and making me miss my pets at home. And this movie really is just a love letter to pets in general, dogs, cats, heck, lizards. Why not? They're dragons. So this movie, it really does just have, it has a soul to it. The original has probably even more soul to it. But this movie says, hey, I really appreciate that. I really respect that. And we just want to tell that story again in a different format. And it really doesn't do a whole lot wrong. In fact, it really does it reminds you of the original a lot, which, you know, it could be a detriment to the movie. It could not be. It all just matters on the perspective of which you look at a film. And I was watching this movie not with the context of like, okay, let's see how this compares to the original. I looked at this movie as in, okay, I am a new pet owner, a new cat dad, and this movie just kind of spoke to me, like quite literally. So, you know what? I think that they're nearby. I'm gonna go see if I can go grab at least one of them. I was able to find the little girl. I got two, a boy and a girl. You want to say anything to the adoring two fans that I have? I was streaming the other day, and she just sat on my shoulder like that, and just watching me game. And honestly, just the cutest thing. Just having, and then the boy jumped on my shoulder too, and again, it was super cute. But yeah, no, this movie was a lot of fun. I recommend you go check it out if you just like How to Train Your Dragon. But if you're gonna be one of those snotty people who just, you know, you're just gonna think that the older version, the cartoon's better, then that's what you're gonna think. Don't watch the movie. That's all. I enjoyed it. I appreciated it, and it made me just want to come back home and play with these two. So, yeah, that's my take on How to Train Your Dragon, the live action.